Welcome back to the channel. My name is Abon. Welcome back to Local to Global with FERENCVÁROS on FM22. We're back from our winter break. We're into February, and today we have an away game against Guillemot in the league. Also, a bunch of January stuff to go through. We've made a number of transfers with players coming in and out, so we'll go through that just before we get into the game. We've still got a strong lead at the top of the table. We're halfway through the season, so hopefully we can retain our spot at the top, win the league, maybe win the cup as well. We've got the Europa League knockout stages coming up soon as well. It's a fun time to be in Hungary. And as always, if you're enjoying the series, drop a like, leave comments and subscribe if you haven't, or if you're new, turn notifications on, and let's jump into the video. Lots of January transfer news to go through, and we're facing Guillemot. So last episode we had two matches, first of which was a 3-0 win at home against Galatasaray, cementing our place at the top of the Europa League group, Group B, and we're through to the last 16 of the Europa League knockout stages. We've bypassed the first knockout round, straight into the second. And they made a great result against Puskas Academia, 6-1 victory there, dominant performance, and yeah, good to take into the winter break. I did play a couple of matches off camera before we got to here, but before those, let's see what happened in January. So we have sold 3 players in this transfer window, the first of which is Leandro Trossard, who's 33, the former Brighton man, was on the last year of his deal, and there were some teams interested, so he has moved on. He's gone to Tenerife in Spain. We've got £800,000 for him, which, considering it was either that or let him go for free at the end of the season, we take that. It's not too bad, but maybe could have got over £1 million for him, but I'm not too disappointed with that. He's got 5 goals in 8 appearances for us, but again, he's 33, he's in the last year of his deal. We're probably not going to get much more than, close to £1 million for him. I think that was about the optimum price we could have got. Andon Pavlov has also left the club. The Bulgarian midfielder has gone to Groningen, so he's made the move to the Netherlands. 950k for him. Played 10 games for us, got 1 goal, 5 assists. Again, I didn't really find myself using him too much, and he's not a bad player, but I thought we had better options in midfield. So he has moved on to the Netherlands. And then we got $7.5 million for Mario Rusnak here, the 22-year-old right winger. Had a decent spell for us. He was doing quite well. He got 4 goals, he got 8 assists. He was doing quite well, actually. But Copenhagen came in with the bid. $7.5 million. Didn't seem too bad on the face of it, but now he's valued at between 15 and 18. We probably could have got a bit more for him, I reckon. But he's moved on for 7.5 million. We've got plenty of money in the bank. I'm confident we can get these players replaced. We have got some players in, so we'll show you what happened with them. We'll start off with Andre Roman from FERENCVÁROS. He's gone back there on loan for the rest of the season, has the 20-year-old. But he's a centre midfielder who looks really good. He's a really good passer of the ball. His first touch is brilliant. His decision-making's good. He's got a good work rate. He's only 20 years old, and he's got a big future ahead of him. £4.5 million from Romania. He's going to spend the rest of the season there on loan, though. Richard Kovacs has also joined the club. He's 20 and he's come from Puskas Academia. He's gone on loan to Budafok for the rest of the season, though. He's on the development list. £3 million from the Hungarian side. He's another centre mid, but he can also play on the left-hand side. At 20 years old, 2-star ability. Going to need a lot of first-team football, I think, to develop, but he didn't cost us too much. He's, pretty athletic. Technique's not too bad. Very good flair. We'll see if he develops into something good. Permanent signing, Nassi Univar has joined us. The Dutch player has come in from Ajax. He's 24. He's cost us £4.5 million. Played a couple of games so far. He looks really strong. Fantastic carrier of the ball. His technique's really good. His flair's good. I like the look of him. Probably got him at about his value, so I'm pretty happy with that. He's on 14k a week, which I think we can afford. He is now one of our highest earners, and I think we can afford, wages like this. But he looks really strong. Here we have Roman Pravda, a 20-year-old centre forward. He's come from Slavia Prague. He's gone back there again on loan until the end of the season. He's got 3 stars. He's got really good finishing, really good dribbling. Looks like a really strong advanced forward. And physically as well, he looks good. His anticipation's good. I like the look of him. £5 million from Slavia. As again, he's gone back there on loan for the end of the season. He got 6 in 12 in the first part of the season as well. I'm excited to get to use him next season once he comes in permanently, because I think Vogelsam is going at the end of the year. Kelvin John's loan is going to be finished, although we do have Djurdjevic on a new contract. So Pravda will be one of those centre forwards, and with stats like that, or attributes like that, hopefully he can bag some goals for us and maybe get himself into the Czech national team as well. Matthias Christensen is a Danish 21-year-old midfielder, very cheap fee, less than £12,000. He's come from Odd, spent a little bit of time on loan at Tromsø, 23 games there. Got potential, 21 years old though, he needs some first team football to try and get it. I'll try and get him out on loan, I think. He doesn't look too bad. And lastly, we have Vito Kajic from Dinamo Zagreb. Another midfielder, he's 22 years old. He cost £800,000 from Croatia. Good passing in first touch. He's a determined player. Physically, again, he's decent. So that does bring our spending to over £30 million. And there is still about a week left of the transfer window. We do want to try and bring in a right winger because Mario Rusnak's gone and we don't really have a replacement for him just yet. There is one hopefully coming though. One more bit of news, Christopher Zachariasen is leaving in March. He's going to Brazil on the 1st of March to CEA Ceará in Brazil. Not a team that I'm familiar with. But again, he was 33 years old. He was also going to be out of contract. So he's going to be moving on to Brazil. And that's a £1.2 million fee as well. Velgosama we did have some bids for, but didn't quite get the money we wanted. And instead, Pachuca are going to have him for free at the end of the season. So he is leaving for nothing. And we had loads of other players that we were looking at as well that we couldn't quite get our hands on. Luis Vazquez came in as a free agent from Colombia, was given to us by our scouts. We got scouted, he looked really good, went to bring him in. Dynamo Kiev offered him a contract, which he agreed and signed on the same day. So that happened literally all in the same day, within hours, and I couldn't really do anything about it. It happened so quickly. The right winger we wanted was this guy, Krzysztof Skripek, who was transfer listed by Partizan Belgrade because he wanted to move to a bigger club. And we were negotiating a contract with him until Man City came in and said, no, we'll have him. And they paid £3.6 million for him as well. So that's one that we really missed the boat on. So we've still got, plenty of time in the transfer window. Hopefully we can get a right winger that, will do well for us. A couple of games played off camera, as we mentioned. First up was a home game against Mezu, who actually took the lead after 40 minutes with a free kick with Vida. So we actually went at a half-time 1-0 down, surprisingly. We did equalise on the hour with Lonchar setting up Rusnak for his last goal before he left. We then took a lead in the 69th minute. Rivera with the ball to Shajovic, who scores his first goal for the club to make it 2-1. The left-back getting his first FERENCVÁROS goal. We did well in the end. We came from behind to win 3-1. Zubkov setting up Zachariasen, and it fell to Rusnak for the third goal. That was after 78 minutes. A 3-1 win. Bad start, but we responded in the end. After that, we were away from home against Győr, and a bit of a slow burn in this one, but we did have the ball in the net after 72 minutes. Lonchar with the ball here. Rusnak looked onside, put the ball in. It was disallowed. And then this happened. 80th minute, Ilic with the ball to Perianu. Benksay with the ball, has a go, shoots and scores. Győr 1, FERENCVÁROS 0. We got absolutely FM'd in this one. 8 shots on target, 1.99 XG, didn't score. They had 1 shot on target from that set piece, and it was a 0.11 XG, and they won. Absolutely diabolical. So that does mean we have lost our second game of the season. We've lost the same amount of games as NTG, but thankfully we only have 1 draw. So we are still 8 points clear at the top of the table, and we're past the halfway mark now. I mean, thankfully we're scoring goals for fun. We have 56 goals in 17 games. We're averaging over 3 goals a game still. We have conceded just 13, but 5 of those were against Debrecen in that 5-3 loss. So things are still going strong, even though we have dropped a few points now. But hopefully we can go into today looking good. Guillermo are our opponents. We're away from home. We should be okay. Of course, we have a lot of new faces in the side. So, we'll see if we can get them playing well. Zachariasen is still here until the end of the season, so he's going to play some league games, but he's not been registered for the Europa League knockouts, just so we can get some of our new guys in. Also, we do also have Jombo Mogurosi, who was on loan at Desna at the start of the season. We've recalled him because he was developing really, really well. He's got 4-star potential. He's at 2.5 stars. His first touch is good. His passing's decent. His technique's good. He looks like a really solid player, and he's 18. So we've recalled him from his loan because he was playing really well and developing really strongly to see if we can maybe help him along ourselves. And with no Rusnak in the side anymore, Djurdjevic is going to start on the right-hand side. And I think we've got Lean, we've got Kajic, we've got so many options in midfield now. And Leandro Fernandez is very close to a return. I think he's only a few days away from coming back from his broken leg. So we've got a host of options in midfield now. I think we're actually going to give a debut to Kajic today. And then that'll be the team. I think that'll be the team. We're going to send that out and see if we can get a result. Okay, we need to bounce back from somehow losing that last game. I've got no idea how we lost it or even failed to score. So hopefully today goes better and we get a win. Djurdjevic with a long ball. And it's going to fall to the Guillemot goalkeeper. Kelvin John was biting on his heels, but wasn't quite close enough to pose a threat, rather. Ball forward is one in the air by Edu. Joker with a header forward, but there's nobody there again. Here comes Johan Mina for the home side, and he's lost the ball. Here's Kings S, the loanee from Inter. He's got the ball back from Edu here. Can we hold on to the ball and try and get it forward? Tollington's got some space to move into, so is Shajevic. Using that width at the moment. Here's Kajic. That's a great ball for Kelvin John. And John with the finish. That's his 8th of the season. It's 1-0 after 7 minutes. And Vito Kajic on his debut has an assist. So a good start for him. Matizevski with the ball to Shabu. Niasmic over the top for Popovic. And he's put it over. Keeper came out and off his line. But the finish wasn't great. Niasmic with the long ball. Edu with the winner in the air. Here's Lonchar to Kajic. Here's John. Djordjevic playing on the right today with Rusnak out of the club. He's gone. Djordjevic just filling in on that right-hand side until we get that replacement in. John may be through here for a second. Nope. Zubkov with it, and that's 2-0. John scored and now turns provider for Alexander Zubkov, who's getting plenty of goals himself here. It's 2-0. Zachariasen with the ball for Kelvin John as well, and he did well to hold on to it, keep it in play, and a good pullback for Zubkov who finishes it off. Corner for Guillemot though, 42nd minute, Lakjovic with it, and it's well won by Tollington, the big man at the back. Here's Mina. Mina still got it here. That's a good ball for Kuzdra. Back into Popovic. Here's Niasmic to Shabu. Guillemot looking for a way through here, but we're packed very tight in our own half at the moment. We're defending well, and Tollington should deal with that easily. But again, it's not cleared very well. Here's Kuzdra, and that's a good cross, and a header straight into the hands of Dibuts. And Dibuts to send it all the way up to Kelvin John here. Here's Zubkov, might be a third here just before half-time. Zachariasen, oh, good save. Hit the post actually, I think. Very close. Okay, half-time, good first half, plenty of opportunities, plenty of chances, and a 2-goal lead. Can't really say any fairer than that. Okay, we are approaching the hour. Some players starting to get a bit jaded out there. We should look at maybe making 1 or 2 changes. Djordjevic has been fairly quiet on this right-hand side, but we don't really have a great deal of alternatives out there, I don't think. We could move Zubkov on the right-hand side. And then, who do we put on the left? John, maybe? We don't have a striker. So Lonchar's going to come off for Fede de Jong. We'll make that change. Christensen can play right wing. He's all right. Let's have him as like an inside forward on the right. See how that works. Now, we're in a strong place here. We're 2-0 up. We can afford to, maybe experiment a little bit and see how things go. We made 2 changes. We've got 1 more. So hoping we can hold on for 3 points here. Tollington is tired at the back, so he's probably going to have to come off. He's just giving the ball away there to Shuka. But thankfully, we've got it back. Tollington is getting a bit tired out there. He's not long come back from international duty. So Katona's actually going to come on. So that will be all 3 changes made. And we do still have 20 minutes to go. So hopefully, we stay injury-free for those 20 minutes. Here's Kajic. Here's Zubkov. And that's a good cross. And John with the finish, but it's over. So the left-hand side, we would have Martin Boros, but he's injured. He came back from an injury, played about 20 minutes, and then got crocked again. So he's not really having a good time at the moment, is the teenager. But with 15 minutes to go, we're in a good place. We're still 2-0 up. Haven't seen too much from our opponents today. So looking like we're going to get a pretty routine 2-0 win away from home. Into the last couple of minutes of the 90 now. Just trying to see this home with 3 points intact. It looks like we are going to do that. 93 minutes up. And there it is. 2-0 win away against Guillemot. And with MTK losing to Debrecen, that puts our lead at 11 points at the top of the table. So that is a good place to be in. And Kajic on his debut gets an assist as well. So he's done well. Okay, so what we're going to do, next episode, we are going to be drawing the knockout stages of the Europa League. So we'll find out who we're going to get in that round of 16. See if we, get a good side that we can maybe beat and then maybe get even further. But I imagine we're probably going to go out in the second knockout round of the Europa League. Not top 16 though. Fantastic performance by us to win the group. I think we've done really well there. But looking at some of the teams that got through and some of the teams that are dropping down from the Champions League, we could end up with a team like Chelsea or Borussia Dortmund. There are some good sides in this still. So, we'll see if we can get a favourable draw maybe. The first knockout round has been drawn. So Tottenham and Dortmund face each other. That's quite big. So one of those sides will go out. Chelsea got quite a favourable draw against Malmo. Benfica, Lille's quite a big tie. So that draw is just before the Honved game. So we are going to see that draw next episode. But after that, we are going to jump ahead to the first leg of the second knockout round. So we are going to be playing 7, maybe 8 games off camera to get to that point, because we're going to have the Cup 5th round. And if we win that, which we probably should, because Papa are in the 3rd tier and they're minnows, we'll have a quarter-final tie for that as well before the end of February. So probably as many as 8 games off camera. And then we're also going to see the draw for the Europa League and the first leg next episode. So I've got quite a fair bit to get through, but I'm confident we can do it. And then the video after that, we'll have the second leg and find out who we get in the quarterfinals, should we get through, if we get a favourable draw. Anyway, guys, that is going to do it for today. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, drop a like, leave comments, and subscribe if you haven't, or if you're new, turn notifications on. And yeah, a good win today. You've seen, just how busy we've been in the January window. It's been a pretty hectic transfer window. We've sold players, brought players in, and our squad does look a bit different, especially our midfield. But a good win against Guillemot, and now we look forward to the Europa League knockout stages and see just how far we can get. Imagine it might be an early exit in the last 16, but if we get a good side, we might be able to get through. And if we get a good side, maybe we can cause an upset. We'll wait and see. That's going to do it for today. Thank you for watching. I'll see you soon. Goodbye.